Warning. This podcast contains names of people that do not appear on the podcast because they've either gone home or substituted someone in their place. Thank you.
Podcasts, merch, and blogs. This is the Rebel Yell Podcast, supported by MK Window Cleaning and Price Jones Electrical.
There's some really weird dance moves going on to this in the 1886 lounge right now, and I feel quite weird. I'm in a weird sandwich right in the middle. I'm the jam. I'm the rose between two thorns right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Episode 8 of the Rebel Yell Podcast, sponsored by Price Jones Electrical, MK Window Cleaning. Welcome along, Spencer, Yucko. How we doing?
Hello, gents.
Good evening. How are we?
We're good. Just to start on a bit of a somber note, as I'm sure most of you are aware, our beloved Peter Vale, who's ex-Rebel Yell podcaster, obviously formerly of Rebel Yell Live and now the club commentator, suffered cardiac arrest after the game on Saturday. So I think we've got to give him our best, haven't we? You know, hopefully, Pete, you'll be out here commentating
Very soon.
Yeah, all our thoughts are with you, Pete. Between the three of us and everybody at the club, and we just send you all our love and wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah, because when I saw that news, and you think, oh, bugger. And, you know, you suddenly realise life is quite short.
It does make you, like, I think every time, you know, just in general, when you see something like this happen, obviously we've lost quite a few members of the Worthing family over the years, that it makes you sort of assess your life and your choices, doesn't it? And, you know, bless him, he's Worthing through and through, and, you know, it's just shocking. And you see the outpouring of love on social media. You know, Pete, if you're listening to this, everyone loves you, mate. Get better. Get your dulcet tones back on the
we all know you're
radio soon.
And actually, it was quite nice. There was quite a lot of clubs
Mark
responding to it.
White.
Mark White himself. And I think that shows actually non-league, the community is quite close.
Yeah. No, it is. It's shocking news. So, obviously, still in hospital when we record this on the Thursday. We're hoping to hear some good news soon. I'm sure we will hear that when we can. I'm sure the club will update fans when we can hopefully get some good news. But get yourself back to Woodside soon, mate, and take care of yourself. And please don't rush back, because we want you to get better. And watching Worthing definitely isn't a relaxing thing sometimes, is it, gents?
I know, but Forest are going okay.
Yeah, watch Forest instead. That'll make you happy. They'll make you happy, Pete. But yeah, all the best, Pete. All the best to you. Stay tuned for the podcast this week. We speak to JC. Got a new signing corner, guys. We've got Megan Curran from the women's team. Ruben Carvalho, I think we say. Carvalho.
Just call him Ruben.
Looking forward to speaking to them. It's been a good month, but I think first of all we need to do something. Jacko, I'm sick and tired of having to cut and edit this crap.
Alison Ferns. The sound of Sussex.
And all the music you love. BBC Radio Sussex.
Alison Ferns here with you until 10, and then Stephen Brown taking over. We'll catch up with him in a bit, and that's all ahead of a big afternoon of sport here from 2. And we've got some big rivalry ahead today as Worthing travel to Maidstone in the National League South. Which means it's time to speak to a couple of Fernies fans, die-hard, committed footy fans who spend their weekends supporting their club. And we can talk now to Jacko Mulder, who is a Worthing fan, and Sean Skur, who will be supporting Maidstone this afternoon. A very good morning to you both.
Morning, Alison.
Let's start with you then, Sean. Predicted score for later?
God, I couldn't give you a scoreline, Alison, but there should be a lot of goals in it. It's always very entertaining between the two sides. I think it's about 17 in the last 5 that we've played, so it's never dull and never short on action.
And you've been a fan for over 10 years.
Yes, yeah, I've been broadcasting for most of those as well on the club radio as well. So I get to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the club as well. And yeah, it's ticking along nicely at the moment. It's doing all right.
Jacko, how do you think Worthing are going to get on?
I have to agree with Sean. I think it's going to be an entertaining match because I think for both teams it's a must-win, and neither of us can afford to lose today. I go for 3-2 for Worthing.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been supporting Worthing?
Around 7 years.
Oh, you see, Sean beats you then in terms of longevity. What can you tell us about Maidstone as a club? I always like to hear about the food, mainly, at half-time, or the interval, as I like to call it, and the chants. Are there any simple chants that we could all learn today, right now?
I'll give you the food options first. I know we have some award-winning pies. Kentish made ones for the home fans. The away fans only, I say only, get burgers and hot dogs in Town and Trailer.
Are you kidding me? So you actually give worse food to the away fans while you keep the pies?
It's all psychology, isn't it? It's all psychology, Alison, at the end of the day, isn't
That's amazing. Who ate all the pies? The Maidstone fans, by the sounds of it. And a chant that we can learn?
Yeah, I mean, basically, there's one about National League South. It's probably too long to go through. About when we won the title back in 2022. That's one that we sing quite a lot, with a lot of ole, ole, ole in there.
I'm sure it sounds wonderful. Jacko, tell me about the food options at Worthing. Tell me you're not keeping the best food for yourself and giving someone else to the away fans, are you?
No, I think when the segregation on games, the way supporters get the same offer as us, which is usually, it's your burger, your chips. We do some lovely pies, so everybody gets the same offer really. But it's good. It's good food.
And any chants that are broadcastable?
The only chance I know I can't say on the radio, but what I think Sean will agree with me on this. Most chants got the same. It's the same song, but just different words. Altered to the club.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you. Best of luck to both of you. I'm not taking sides. Oh, no, I'm not that stupid. But we will, of course, bring you coverage of that game as Worthing travel to Maidstone in the National League South. All your sport coming up at 2.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Right, firstly, I'm not being funny. You're BBC Radio Sussex and you're not taking sides about who wins. Who cares about the Kent teams?
Have you got a Maidstone fan?
I got Maidstone fan on Radio Sussex.
I don't know. Don't look at me,
weird.
guys. I don't know.
Well, you're pretty much an employee on BBC Sussex these days, aren't you?
And
10 minutes in total.
And one thing I'm not impressed about. Why are you doing this on BBC now? You're taking a piss, mate. You're like, I'm not being funny. 2 months in a row, you've been on BBC Radio. Last month, you at least plugged the podcast. This month, you're giving them our feature of Jack Eats. Piss take, innit, Spence?
I know. Lucky you've not heard me do Spencer Services on Six Music yet.
Well, I mean, that would be good, but I'm not impressed. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, what can I say?
Media whore.
There's not a lot I can say. The question about the food actually quite surprised me because that's not usually when you talk about sport. It's not when you don't talk about the
there was
pies.
a football-related question in there, apart from what's the score going to be.
And a song, but that's it. So,
and I'm not being funny as well. Why is she going on about? Oh, you've only supported women 7 years. He's supported men 10 years.
I don't know, mate.
Does it matter?
In my next appearance, I will ask.
Yeah, but you didn't plug the podcast, so you got to do that in the next appearance. At least the B-Day last month. I mean, you said you were going to go ice skating after a Worthing game. I mean,
with a hot chocolate.
Everyone goes ice skating and hot chocolate after a football game. And
I've learned from that conversation as well that at pretty much any football club you can get burgers, chips and pies. I didn't know that.
Didn't you? You learned something again.
BBC Radio. You've got to love local radio, haven't you? Anyway, I mean, well, fair play, mate. Thanks for representing Worthing FC on BBC Radio Sussex. It's interesting. Next time, what can we go on?
I don't know.
Talk Sport? No, we'd never be on there. What would it be?
Actually,
George was on Talk Sport.
George was on Talk Sport. You never know. We might be on Talk Sport.
You never know, mate. You never know. Go to the big time. We could be on 5 Live.
Yeah, George was on 5 Live as well. That's a promotion from BBC Sussex.
But yeah, BBC, if you're listening, which I'm sure you're not, please next time ask some football-related questions and don't get a Kent fan on and then say you can't pick sides when you're a Sussex-based radio station. That wasn't going out on BBC Radio Kent, was it? Was it just Sussex?
Well, I'm sure
it must have their own show.
BBC Sussex stroke Kent.
Yeah, BBC Kent.
I mean, the jingle said at the beginning, like Radio Sussex. So.
Yeah, but when you ring the number they ring you on, it says BBC Radio Sussex Kent.
Right.
Sussex and Kent. BBC
cutbacks.
Probably. They're probably all from one studio in Manchester or something.
In Glasgow.
Anyway, guys, what a month it's been in terms of results, really, I'd say.
It's been all right, hasn't it?
Well, in theory, for getting a trophy this weekend, men are first because we've got 3 games in hand over Dorking, who are sitting first at the moment. If we win those games in hand and other teams, and we still got to play Dorking, we'll be 3 points in front.
Lots of ifs in that.
It's what I had a discussion with Jack, my son, today, and I said back home, if the team if you got the same amount of points, but a team with a lower, if you played less games, you automatically top, and here it's get done by goal difference. So which I find a bit weird. But yeah, I think that on Dorking we got 3 games in hand. There's a couple we got 2, and 1 or 2 got 1 game in hand. And I was thinking about it today, and it's great having all these games in hand. We still have to win them, though.
Yeah, and we've got a few games against those teams that are in there as well. Dorking, Eastbourne, Torquay.
Yeah, but Dorking is the last home game of... No, it's not the last home... It is the last home game for the season, Dorking.
No, it's Easter weekend.
It's Easter weekend?
Oh. Yeah, which I think might be...
Is it the last home game?
It's the last home game, I think.
Yeah,
that'd be big numbers, hopefully.
And we play Torquay on Tuesday, and then we only get Eastbourne left off the top 6.
Imagine parading the trophy in front of Mark White. That would just be a picture, wouldn't it? I don't want to jinx anything, but that would be a picture and a half, wouldn't it?
Enfield could be the day. What a game!
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
I'd rather lift the trophy at home, though.
I don't care.
Getting ahead of ourselves, to be fair.
I don't care where we
talking about getting ahead of ourselves. You know, one thing I saw the club tweet this week, and it's fantastic news that all 72 National League clubs have said they want to do the 3 up, 3 down, which I think is about bloody time for the 25-26 season. I guarantee that the EFL clubs, especially the ones down at the bottom, don't want that because they don't want to.
It's all self-interest.
But I think in the terms that they think in, as it said in the article, play football, believe in football. It should be 3 up, 3 down. There should be 2 automatic promotion places and a playoff place.
But what's happened is the National League now is so top heavy with ex-league teams who see no way out of that league. They're trying to do anything they can to create that extra space to get back.
And I agree. I mean, I personally think it would be great. It would add a little bit more competition and everything to it as well. It'd be fantastic to do that, wouldn't it?
I think it will be really good, and I think it makes sense to do it.
Yeah,
you know, it's we'll have to wait and see what happens with it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see. Obviously, it's all been voted for, and I think the only ones that are going to really say no are the ones right at the bottom and then the League Two, because I think in the interest of football, it should be a thing we do, shouldn't it?
I think it should be, but
at the end of the day, money always talks.
I'm just about to say that comes down to money, isn't it? Then, but to be fair, you know, what if we were a League Two club and we were at the bottom? Would we agree to it? You know, look at that.
I mean, selfishly, no, but it's like anything in football, but you've got to think of the greater game. Yeah, you know, sometimes I look at it when teams go down and get relegated, it might be a good thing to have a clear out of the deadwood and restart.
Football isn't a game anymore, it's business.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately,
don't we know? Anyway, so go back to the results. We've won every game in the league this month.
Woohoo.
We've lost. We're out both cups, unfortunately, trophy and the Sussex Senior Cup. I was more bothered about the trophy. Sussex Senior Cup is what it is, but let Horsham have their glory day.
You know, to be fair, I think Horsham are doing well at the moment. They're doing really well.
Can you imagine if Horsham and Chichester got promoted? That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? You know, they're supposed to in Horsham in the playoffs, Chichester just outside. That'd be amazing. Can you imagine that?
That's some good Christmas Easter derbies.
That would be, wouldn't it? We'd have to go up the A24 to Dorking. We might have to worry about it at all anyway. 1-0 against Weymouth. 3-2 away win against Chippenham. Great. 2-1 away win against Maidstone. 2-1 home win against Bournemouth after that game that put us top of the league, which was a statement and a half. Vanarama saying they've come from nowhere on their Twitter. It's like, what are you on about?
Yeah, I didn't understand that tweet. And my question is, from nowhere, didn't they look at the league table?
The last 3 seasons, we've been in the top half of the top 5 of the table.
I think they may be looking. I think we were 7th, but then the table's so close. You're talking 3 points between 6-7 teams.
We look at now. We haven't played one round of games. We're down to fourth.
One win, one game in hand or whatever. Then suddenly you're right in the mix.
Yeah, but it's on X, and everybody keeps going on whatever we see in social media. How tight is this? How tight is the National League South? And there's nothing in between the teams, and actually there isn't.
No, very true. Anyway, shall we hear from Hagee?
Yeah, come on then.
Hi Rebels, Chris Haig here, doing my update for the Rebel Yell. And I think since I did my last update, I think we've won every league game, so it's an easier one to do this time around. Look, things have been fantastic for the last month in the league. I think we've won every game, as I said. The team looks strong, so I think we don't look like conceding many in general, and we look like we're a threat going forward at the minute, which is really, really positive. I think we should be able to take loads of belief from the last 5-6 games. We should be able to take real belief in what we can do going forwards for the rest of the campaign. We've had some big wins. Maidstone away, where we showed unbelievable grit second half to not concede and win the game. Bournemouth at home was another great win. Torquay in the FA Trophy was a fantastic win. All in all, it's been a really, really good month, and I think we can be really positive about about going forwards. We've got a few big games coming up. We've got Tunbridge away this Saturday and Torquay at home on the Tuesday, and we're just looking to keep churning out results and sort of putting our mark down on the league. We've just signed Nashi, who I'm sure will be a great addition. And at the minute things look really positive, but it's important that we stay focused and focus on the task at hand and not get carried away, because it's going to be a tough season for the rest of the year, and we've got to make sure that we're absolutely at it and we build on what we've done, not just happy with what we've done so far. Shout out to the gaffer as well, because he's got his Manager of the Month award. I don't think it could have gone to anyone else really, so thoroughly deserved. He's done a great job, and the team's been brilliant. I'm sure he will say that as well. The team's been absolutely fantastic to help him win that award. Onwards and upwards, and let's see how we get on for the next month, and hopefully the next time I do this update is as good as this one. Let's get back to work.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
So, another good update from Hagee, and, pretty much echoes what we were saying, the sentiment. It's been a great month, and, some really good signings. I mean, Ruben, when he played against Bournemouth, was unbelievable. And from I hear, Liam Nash could be the next Ollie Pearce. Well, he's obviously a bit older than Ollie was when he was the same age as Ollie now, but he's that sort of non-league striker that seems to get goals. He's played really well for Hornchurch, and their fans aren't too pleased.
That's quite interesting, because I know you can't always believe what people say on social media, but when we signed Joe Partington, St Albans fans were quite happy to see the back of him, and actually, turns out I think he's been brilliant. He's been absolute.
Yeah.
And I think his worst game, that sounds really harsh, I thought against Rochdale, his passing was off. And then he scores that wonderful goal.
Against Rochdale on the cut, unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, at Maidstone he had a really rough game. He was up against he was up against forward who had loads of pace and just had parts number all game long. It was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, but also he was on an early yellow, wasn't it? That made it really hard.
Early yellow.
And if he played for another team,
which makes it really
tricky.
He
would have been taken off straight away.
Yeah, but again, like Hagee makes a brilliant point there of like the grit of that second half at Maidstone. It's absolutely unreal performance, how we stuck at that and saw it through to the end.
Yeah, and talking about Hagee, I think he's really come to the top of his game now.
Absolutely.
He's been
week in, week out, confidence
builder.
But I think it's that defensive line in front of him as well looks more solid, and there's a lot more.
Somebody did a stat. I think we conceded now less goals. I think over 40 since Partington joined, we hardly concede any goals.
Yeah.
Less than we did before, so that's good.
Absolutely Worthing unrelated, but has anyone seen the stat about Burnley in the Championship this year?
No, what is that?
So 9 goals?
Burnley have conceded 9 goals all season.
Yeah.
9 goals?
9.
That is
unbelievable. That's crazy.
Yeah, that defence is good. Oh, do you want a live update, El? Okay. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. We'll have to
Go to the gym. Go pump some iron, yeah? See ya. Yeah, basically, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I look at the way we've been playing. I think every piece of the puzzle has come together. And I
disagree with you.
You don't think it? You still think there's more to do?
I think there's lots more to do.
Well, yeah, there's always more to do, but
I think there's. I keep thinking where we are now, a part-time team, and sometimes we don't only train for a bit on a Thursday night because we've got a Saturday and Tuesday game, and I don't think we're at the top yet. I don't think we.
But do you think that what we've got at the moment that it's glued and it's starting to show sort of fruition, but then there's more to come with these new signings?
I think there's just generally more to come anyway. The trajectory of the team, results and performances, it's all going in the right direction.
And I think the signings, the signings that he made, I think they were absolute fantastic signings, and for the team, for the squad, for the club. And I saw a lot of other teams in the league shouting, we signed an ex-League 2 player. Yeah, what does it mean? That doesn't mean anything, We got an ex-Luton player. We don't shout about it, but I think the recruitment has been very smart.
I think as well, we're always more on the lookout for players on their way up rather than on their way down.
Yeah,
and I think Carvalho looks like he could be one of those. He looks like.
Let's hope he doesn't impress too much, because we've got no chance of signing him if we go up next season. He's quality.
I've got a theory about it. But
what's that?
I think if we go up, I think he will sign for us.
If we don't, you don't.
I'm not 100% sure, but. I
guess it depends what Maidenhead's plans are for him.
Well, I question it, and I can't remember who said it, and I didn't understand why he wouldn't get in the Maidenhead team. And somebody said the way Maidenhead play doesn't suit his style. And I think Aggie said it, he's a player, what fits the Worthing's way of playing. So, and I said it before, I think some players just suit a certain club, certain style.
And again, it's always been in the Worthing sort of ethic, isn't it? Even under Hinch, it's kind of, we have our way of play, our style, and we'll sign players who fit into that, not just go out and scattergun buy players. They have to be the right player that fits.
And I think he's going to have a positive effect on Danny Cashman, because I'll put it out, I don't think Cashman has been great. He's been good but not great. And I think somebody else has taken the eyes off him.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on. There's a lot of pressure on.
There's a lot of pressure on. A hell of a lot of pressure.
Well, Aggie said in his interview or in his thing that the reason he came was to try and take that pressure off Mo and Cashman and sort of try and be that person that can play and score the goals and take the pressure off those two from pouring, and they can concentrate on doing what they do best.
Yeah, and I think if everybody looks at Ruben and goes on about Ruben, it takes a bit of pressure off Cash, and he gets back to the run-in. We're in the run-in now towards the end of the season. Gets back to his best.
Yeah. Well, should we hear from Aggie? Should we speak to Aggie? Let's see what it's the manager of the month for the Vanarama National League South.
Yes.
And his team. And his team, as he said.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
So, Aggie's changed. He's morphed into Aaron Racine. He's better looking, isn't he, Aaron?
Is it an upgrade?
He's actually shaved his beard and trimmed and done his hair. Aggie's never coming on again now, if he listens to that. If I say that.
It's going to ruin your editing.
It is going to ruin my editing, and I've just said that, and I'm now going to have to work out. So, so Aggie has changed. He's morphed, and Aaron is here. Hello.
Hello.
You like our setup, don't you? You haven't seen this new setup, have you? Yeah. It's all right, mate. Why is Aggie not talking to us this month? What have we done to upset him?
I know what it is. Manager of the month. It's gone to his head.
Yeah, it's gone to his head. Or does he not want to jinx it now? Because as we quite rightly alluded to, every time we seem to add manager of the month in the past.
I reckon he's off having a champagne reception somewhere.
Yeah, is he?
Should be in this bar.
Yeah. Champagne. Well, Aaron, you're allowed in the 1886 Lounge to do his interview. Welcome back to the Rebel Yell podcast. I mean, we were going to start off with congratulating Aggie on manager of the month, but obviously he's said it quite rightly on Twitter that it's part of the team and everything like that. So, congratulations to you, because you're part of the management team, and, the team are flying right now and a deserved award.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've looked really good.
He's just done an Aggie beard scratch, actually. He has actually just done an Aggie beard scratch.
It's rubbing off.
He's literally rubbing off. He's just done his beard scratch.
No, I think we look really good, especially not just the last month. I think around the Christmas period, just before, I think we've really hit some good form, and I think we're really hard to play against, which I think is really important. And no sort of better time than to start sort of kicking on now.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think we've said it's like finally the piece of the jigsaw seems to be coming together quite nicely. Adding a few new signings. Obviously, got Ruben and Nashi have joined the club since the last recording of the podcast. What was the sort of thoughts about those signings, around where you needed to improve from a management side of view?
I think both have definitely brought quality into the squad, and it goes one of two ways. They're either going to sort of take places of players in the squad, and then it's up for a battle who wants it, or it's going to get the best out of everyone else around them. And I think that's the luxury of having a good squad of good quality. And sometimes you can have a big squad but haven't got that strength in depth. So I think we have that now, and like I say, it's going to go numerous ways, but it's definitely going to get the best out of everyone in the squad.
I've been saying this all season. I think if you got the playing 11 and then you look at what we've got on the bench and look at the opposition, I always think our bench is better than yours.
It's the options off the bench, either to see a game out or if we need to turn the game, like Jacko says.
Yeah,
I think we look at the opposition, the options we've got on the bench and the strength that we can bring on.
I think we have that now. I think we've obviously had some injuries throughout the season, but I think as the season's like week by week, month by month, we've slowly added some players in strength and depth to the squad. And like you just said, now it's actually exciting when you can go and look at a bench and even not in the bench, some players we haven't got in the squad at the moment. We can still like change it and be adaptable and be really effective in that way now.
It's quite funny because on the forum and people said, "What is your best 11 now to start for Worthing?" And it's quite interesting what people come up with, and then they realize, "Oh, I'll have that player out. I'll have that player out." So I think we've got so many players to choose from, and I think every game might be different. So you might have a different.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like I said, I think the key word is being adaptable, and we can be adaptable to what suits the opposition at the weekend or on a Tuesday night.
So how much do you look at the opposition when you're looking forward to a game, just generally? So are you looking at the opposition and the team you look in and set up, or you're looking, right, this is what we're going to do, no matter what the opposition?
We definitely do look at the opposition in a lot of detail, and we see where we can exploit them. But it's such a hard mix of, what do you do? Do you think about all about yourself and think about what best can we do, or do we think about the opposition and what best can we exploit them? It's such a catch-22, but we definitely do a lot of research on the opposition, and that does obviously help decide on player starting formations maybe, because obviously we've gone from a mix from 2 up top to 1 up top, and a lot of that does come down to maybe what's going to affect the opposition in terms of exploiting their weaknesses. So, like I said, given the squad we have now, it makes us very adaptable to different scenarios.
Aggie has said that the games that you need that you worry about not performing in are the ones against the teams against the lower sides, in the table. Obviously, we've had some great results against some of the top teams that have pretty much put us top at the moment. Goal difference, we're 4th at the moment, but we're like 3 games in hand on Dorking, who are sitting top. We could go 3 points in the league. You're playing Torquay sort of next Tuesday?
Yep.
Yeah, Tuesday coming. That's kind of, for a while, that's one of the last big teams in the league. How is it to prepare the squad to sort of be consistent through those games? I know Aggie said it was one of the things he found quite frustrating at times, is like you'd play amazing against one team and then you play like Horsham in the Cup, and we got knocked out and played really poorly that day, but you'd just beaten Torquay in the trophy the week before 5-1. How do you get around those sort of situations?
It's hard because you get like them, the lower teams, or say the lower teams, the ones at the
it's not fair to call them the lower teams.
No,
it's like
we're
all
lower end of the table, but I think a lot of teams do seem to up their game against us for whatever reason. I don't know. It seems that way.
Well, we did say it's like we are probably. You could probably call us one of the big teams now in the league, even though we might not be full time. We are one of the big teams in the league.
You've only got to see our teams set up and sit in against us. So it's a lot of respect shown.
That's what I mean. And then when they do come and play us, these teams are potentially who aren't in the top 7 or 8, whatever it is. I think they know that we are a good team and we're up there, and they've got to probably work even harder. So sometimes those sorts of games can be even harder to play against. And then also as well, it's so hard to break teams down sometimes, whereas the so-called bigger teams, they might come here and they might be a bit more open, and where we can exploit them a bit easier, maybe it suits us better. Hence why maybe we might get better results and it might look like we're performing better against the bigger teams because it's probably more open. There's nothing...
I always say it takes two teams to have a really good match game to watch for us.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But like I said, it's just obviously playing against these types of teams when they sit in, it is hard. It is so hard, and it's so hard to keep your head and not get frustrated and force things. It's a different sort of climax.
Yeah. And how did you sort of sum up the performance against sort of Rochdale past week? Because obviously, if we go up there, sort of teams and the levels we're going to be playing at week in, week out. So it was a good test for the squad. And I think the scoreline flattered them, to be honest, in the end, because, I think the first half is different from the second half. And, they seemed to sit back a little bit. And I think we could have got something from the game, especially that if we'd had another 10 minutes, I reckon it would have gone to penalties.
If the referee played a full 5 minutes extra time, that would have helped.
I think it was actually quite reassuring, the performance against them, knowing that they're in the playoffs, they're fighting for the top end of that league above. And we put a display like that against them where it's relatively an even game. Okay, they might have had some more clear-cut chances, but it was reassuring knowing that, they didn't come in. And a lot of time, they come in and sat in a little bit against us, show us a bit of respect and let us sort of play a little bit. I think a big part of what we noticed was their sort of athleticism they had in their team. And I think a lot of that might have come with, or probably does come with full-time football, full-time training, full-time sort of recovery methods, etc. So,
funny you mention it, because Aggie mentions full-time quite a lot in his interviews now. Where are we as a club, do you think? Will we go full-time if we go up, or a hybrid version? Or
I couldn't say whether we will or won't. I know it's something that we talk about as in a football club. I know the people above us talk about it, and that's the ambition we want to get to. But it's a lot harder than obviously saying it and thinking it. There's so much to it, and I couldn't tell you whether the club's ready or not. I couldn't tell you because obviously finances, facilities, etc. What's the plan long term in terms of facilities again? So it is spoke about a lot at the club, but like I say, it's not something that can happen maybe instantly. It's got to be probably put in place somewhere.
Definitely. A busy month ahead. Hopefully catch up with some of those points, games in hand. It's going to be quite exciting, boys, isn't it, to see where we are this time next month. It's a very exciting time again to be really a fan.
Exciting.
We're already kind of thinking about the running, aren't we? We're getting there quickly.
Yeah, I think we're in a good position because we've got games in hand, but I don't like being in this position. I'd rather be obviously playing the most games with the most points and being at the top. But yeah, we're in a good position, but again, it's not thinking too far ahead.
Yeah,
we are in a good position where we can end the season strong. We're hitting some form again. From my opinion, we since the season started, we've only got better, which is really reassuring. But then I think the hard thing is consistency. The hard thing is doing things well consistently. So whatever form we're in now, that's not the hard bit. The hard bit is trying to do it now for the next 3 months till the season's over.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. We were thinking it's going to be here before we know it, isn't it? You look like what we're sort of coming up to almost like first week of February's all done. By the time we record the next one, we've only got about 6 weeks left of the season.
That's crazy.
It's crazy how quick it goes.
Really quick.
And it has. Well, it's exciting to watch. Obviously, we had the sad news about Pete this week, obviously suffering a cardiac arrest. Just any message for him from the squad and the team, mate, on behalf of the team?
I'm not really on social media, but I've seen some of the boys have put message out. I've heard that boys put message out to Pete, and obviously we send our best as well. We hope for a speedy recovery because I know I've listened to the match day commentary sometimes, and it's quite exciting listening to him. I know my partner does at home sometimes. So I think everyone wishes him a speedy recovery and get back on the mic as soon as possible.
Yeah, there we go. Well, thanks for stepping in for Aggie. Fake Aggie for the day. Aaron, it's good to see you, and we'll see you soon. Good luck, mate.
Cheers, Aaron.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
What was that you were saying, Yako?
Nothing.
I was saying nothing. Say it now. You don't want to say it now.
No, in the past, when we managed to receive the manager of the month, then the result would always a bit not as great.
There's always the manager of the month curse. It's always out there.
Hopefully it won't be this time.
No.
Anyway, moving on. Women's time. Let's talk about the women's because they've had a good month, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
They've had a very good month into the final of the or semi-final of the Sussex Senior Cup, Sussex Challenge Cup. Great performance. Frustrating game. We were there on Sunday. Frustrating game on Sunday against Bridgewater, wasn't it, guys?
Oh, it was very frustrating, and it was, yeah. I think it went 1-0 down through mistake in defence, and then a good goal. But I just thought the whole game was a bit like.
Well, they've scored 12 goals this month and only conceded 3. Not bad, is it?
It's good stats.
Not bad.
Statman.
Be-ba-ba-ba-da-boo. Anyway, New Haven beaten in the Sussex Challenge Cup to get to the semi-final, drawn against Brighton Hove Albion. That'll be an interesting game. Bridgewater finishing on the weekend. Jacko, was I talking to you?
No, you were not.
That manager, what a prick. I don't even care about saying
Hello if you're listening.
Hello if you're listening, you're a prick. But, I mean, right, we'll contest about it, so it's not an in-joke. There was a decision made by the referee that was a bit of a daft decision, and their manager was shouting at the lino, and you said, I agree or something, don't you?
No, what it was, there was a foul on a Worthing player, and then Worthing got a free kick, and then he shouted at the referee, shouting, what is the difference between that foul and the other foul? And I said, massive. And then he looked at me, he gave me the stare, and he said, well, was I talking to you? Obviously, I was very quiet. I didn't reply.
No, neither did I, mate. Neither did I. And then when he was moaning that like there was a young player later in the second half that like was under 16 or something, and he was moaning that she was challenged hard. It's like you can't put her into the women's game at first team level if you're worried about how they're going to tackle her.
There was lots of dark heart stuff going on as well, of him telling his players to stay down, moving the ball where the ball was, so the referee was fooled into thinking where a free kick was,
and also trying to get into JC's head by going and being really polite to him on the bench. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for not. What?
Yeah,
he's an idiot, that bloke.
I think he had two personalities.
Well, as I said, as you hear say, one of the girls did say to comment to me saying he's a wish version of Bruno Fernandes. Anyway, let's hear from Elle.
Hi Rebels, it's Elle from the women's first team, here to give you another update on our games so far. Firstly, we took on Bournemouth Sports, and it was fair to say it was an absolute goal fest. We played some great spells of football to break down Bournemouth very quickly. This allowed our first goal to come very fast into the first half. We did agree at half-time that we needed to up our standards in terms of play, as we knew we could perform better. And that we did. We went into the second half playing some even better spells of football, which resulted in 3 points and a 7-1 win. Our next game was New Haven in the Cup. We had a fair few chances to seal the game, but respect to New Haven, who made the game very hard and didn't make it an easy win. New Haven started the game strong and went 1-0 up. However, Danny got us an equaliser after a lovely ball from Winch. We played great football, but the final part seemed to keep breaking down. It was then with Izzy's wonder strike from quite some distance that not only secured her an amazing first goal, but also secured us a place in the semi-final. We have since found out we'll be playing Brighton and Hove Albion in the semi-final. Moving on to our next game, it was then back into league action with a 2-1 win against Southampton. Once again, we was in awful weather, which made conditions tougher. We had some lovely spells of football down the wing with 1-2 passing, but it just seemed to be that the final bit kept breaking down. It was a very heavy attacking game, but it had to be done with patience to break them down and find the gaps. However, we persisted, and it was our new signing Megan who got her first goal to take us 1-0 in at half-time. We definitely should have tested the keeper more within the game, but it was T who secured the second goal in the late minute of the game. The game finished 2-0 and it could have been a lot more. Regardless of this, we took the 3 points to put us fourth in the league table. This takes us into our most recent game, which was Bridgewater at home. It's safe to say that this was an extremely frustrating game. With lots of stoppages, it completely killed the game's flow. It felt as though any time we gained some sort of momentum, there was another stoppage. Bridgewater did score an early goal, however, we came back fighting and got ourselves a goal back, taking us into the break at 1-1. We definitely should and could have scored more goals, and we definitely deserved to win the game. It just didn't seem to go our way. We had chances scrape the bar and chances hit the post, and unfortunately we just couldn't get another goal, so the game ended in a frustrating 1-1 draw. With that said, we're still unbeaten this side of the season, and I hope to see many more of you at our game. Also, make sure you save the date for Sunday the 16th of February, where we'll take on Brighton and Hove Albion in our semi-final. Look forward to seeing you all there. Up the Rebels.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
There you go, be there. Elle says be there. Be there.
There.
Sunday the 16th, be there. She don't tell you, we'll tell you. Be there. Come on, guys, just come and support the girls.
It's a game at home, all the way.
Yeah, it's at home against Brighton. Just come and support the girls in their biggest sort of, the biggest semi-final of the season. They did so well in the FA Cup. Come support them. But not just on that game. Come down at all. It's a great atmosphere.
If you're a Brighton fan, come down. You can see a Brighton team play, but support the Rebels.
Exactly. Well, we had a lovely day in the sun on Sunday, didn't we?
The weather was absolute gorgeous. Sitting in the newsstand, had a laugh, and I quite, like I keep saying it, I quite enjoy watching the women's.
Did you have any food?
Yeah, I had a sausage roll, didn't I?
Did somebody say?
There you go. Enough's enough. Hey, Jacko, you did have some food. What did you have?
Sausage roll.
Sausage. Do you like a little bit of sausage in a roll?
We're going into that.
Okay. Anyway, right, on that bombshell, we'll speak to JC.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
A good month, ended by a bit of a frustrating performance on Sunday against Bridgewater. That's my opinion. I think, Spencer, you could probably agree with that as well.
Yeah, really frustrating game. You know, especially the second half. We were really strong in the second half and just couldn't get it over the line.
Yeah. Well, hi, guys. Pleasure to be here again.
As always, mate.
And yeah, we've been in a good run, obviously. We wanted to keep going with it, but it was really, very frustrating game because I think we pushed for it. We probably could play a bit better. It probably wasn't our best day, and we could create more chances, but it's true that, and as I said to the girls, when you go in front a team that's only looking to defend and not let you score, basically, that is what they wanted, is hard. So yeah, I think we all finished with this feeling that we dropped 2 points, but football sometimes has this.
I mean, we desperately wanted that second goal, not only because we obviously want to see the women's team win, but we had quite interesting interactions with the manager. I'm not going to say it on the podcast because I want to remain professional, but I can't stand that bloke. And from the understanding is maybe some of the people around Worthing can't stand him either. But I've never heard anything like it. We stand behind benches and dugouts all the time, but that guy was a different level, and his assistant.
He seemed to be trying to put a little bit your way as well, with which he was just standing totally ignoring.
Yeah, well, I always said to the team as well, like I don't care what's happening in the other bench. I think I'm really focused on what we can control, and what they say or what they do, we cannot really control it. So I'm not wasting any minute of my time on that. So they can make comments. Sometimes I laugh, but the way I try is just ignore them, and we have our game, and it's what we try to do.
Well,
we're better than that.
Well, yeah, we're going to remain nameless, obviously, but I think it would be quite interesting for you to hear. One of your players, they call him a Timu Bruno Fernandes lookalike, the assistant manager, and I thought, actually, yeah, it did look a bit like a Wish version, but yeah, it was quite interesting. But yeah, and that's why sometimes you're like, I just wanted to give it to him, because he was really annoying me, but. You're into the semi-final of the Sussex Senior Cup. You haven't played an eligible player, which is a good start. Which happened last year. Touch wood. Yeah, we don't like that.
Give me that weight.
Drawn Brighton at home, a couple of Sundays' time. Big game, obviously a big name. What are your expectations from that game?
Well, I think obviously the guys we are really looking forward to it. We really want to get to the final and try to win the cup. So. We know it's an important game, and we are going to go for it. So, yeah, obviously, we have a midweek game against Moneyfields that we know is going to be intense. So it's going to be a tough week, this one coming, and we'll be up for it, and I'm sure we are going to have a good game and hopefully a win here.
I think, obviously, doing so well in the FA Cup, the girls want to try and get some silverware, well, hopefully the league, but, try and get some silverware this season. It'd be great to get to the final of Sussex Senior Cup. I think, who are the other two teams? It's Lewes versus...
Saltdean.
Saltdean. And Saltdean are the current holders, aren't they, of the title? I think they won it last year.
I'm not sure if I'm honest.
I think they won it, so it's the holders. So you could play Lewes, which obviously another big test, but obviously got to get through this first. You've added some new signings. Megan, who will come speak to us again, sort of what the background behind those signings for the club?
Yeah, obviously... we always try to improve the team. I know Megan from last season. He was with us a couple of weeks in pre-season as well, but then she chose to go to Lewes and try there. But I saw the possibility to bring her here, and I know her well. I know she's a very good player that can give us a lot. And when the chance was there, I just spoke to Lewes, spoke to her, and bring her here. So at the moment, one game she started, she scores, and I'm sure she's going to give us a lot more.
Curiously, what is the rules in terms of approaching at this level for another women's team? Obviously in non-league, if they're non-contracted, they've got a 7-day approach. Is it the same sort of thing with women?
To be honest, it's a bit of a mess, but cannot really tell you because first thing that I asked to Lewes, and obviously I have a good relationship with them because I was there.
Of course, yeah.
It was a loan, but then a loan between tier 3 and tier 4 clubs is not possible. So we basically have to sign her.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But yeah, to be honest, I spoke to Louise first and then spoke to Megan.
And she's here, and we'll hear from her shortly.
Yeah.
But thoughts on the month ahead? Keep up the good work.
Yeah, of course. As I say, we got 3 games this week coming. 2 of them here at home, and hopefully, obviously, we are in a good run. We are unbeaten since November, since that FA Cup game. That also wasn't the extra time. So I think we are really confident that the girls are playing well. Obviously, we have better moments and moments not as good, but we always try to improve, and I hope we keep it up. We know it's an important week coming. But yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure it will be positive.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get a big crowd. If you are listening, do come down and support the women. Is it next Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, so this Sunday we go Portishead here in the league. Then we go away to Moneyfields on the Thursday. And then we have the semi-final against Brighton here next Sunday.
Well, I mean, come home this weekend as well. We want it every game, but like come get behind the girls at the Sussex. Was Sussex Senior Cup Sussex Women Challenge Cup or something like that? I don't know what it's called. Something like that.
Sussex Challenge Cup. Sussex Cup.
The County Cup.
Yeah.
And just finally, obviously, sad news about Pete having a cardiac arrest. Who does a stadium announcement, occasional commentary. Have you got a little message on behalf of the girls to Pete if he's listening in?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we want him back as soon as we can. So we'll miss him, and hopefully he gets better soon, because we know at the club he's an important person. So.
Yeah, the voice of the Rebels, eh?
Absolutely.
All right, JC, thank you very much, and we look forward. Good luck for the month ahead, and we'll speak to you next month. I say, sorry. There you go.
Cheers, JC.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Always interesting and honest interview from JC.
Very diplomatic.
Very diplomatic in terms of Bridgewater, our favourite manager in the world. There, eh? Idiot. Anyway, I'm not going to let it drop now, am I? I'll get over it. But yeah, it's been a good month for the women. I'm gutted I can't get to the Sussex Challenge Cup semi-final. I won't be here, but we're all rooting for you girls. All rooting.
Do we know what time kickoff is? Is it 3:00?
They'll probably change it the week before. It'll be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2
o'clock. It could be 2 o'clock. It could be
midday.
3 o'clock.
Just keep an eye on social media. Keep an eye on our Worthing website, and we will do that. But guys, as we did mention, we have some new signings. I love these buttons, don't I? I absolutely love these buttons. They're amazing.
I suddenly think BBC Sussex sounds amazing.
But they're meant to be professional. Do I ever say we're professional? No. Especially with us three.
We made some decent signings.
Ruben Carvalho, Liam Nash, and Megan Curran. Yeah. All good players that play at different levels, high levels. They've got a lot of experience. I think let's sit down and talk to the boy and Ruben first.
Let's do it.
I didn't mean to press that.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Well, we were due to have 2 of the new signings joining us. Nashy's apparently got to go to Essex, but Ruben's got to go to North London. I think you've got to give him a bit of stick for that, Ruben, because, it's not much of a muchness, isn't it? There's still 2 long journeys, ain't it?
We've already got a favourite.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, forget Nashy now. Ruben's our favourite. But welcome to the Rebel Yell podcast. Welcome to Worthing Football Club. Now, before we get underway, can you tell us how to pronounce your surname? Because is it Carvalho?
Carvalho.
It is. There we go. Welcome to the club. How did the signing come about, firstly?
The club did have eyes for me in after my last season.
Yeah.
A good season. I spoke with Aggie before, but I chose to go elsewhere, and obviously that didn't work out. So, as soon as Aggie heard that I was going on loan, wanted to go on loan, then took the opportunity to bring me in.
Because I saw you started your career, am I right in saying, at Charlton? Chelsea. Oh, it's Chelsea.
Oh, it's even better.
No, it's even better. So Chelsea. So you've gone through you've started your career at Chelsea. How was that? Like, it must have been quite an amazing facility to be there.
It was brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And you've sort of gone around non-league, and you came from Wingate and Finchley and went to Maidenhead.
Yeah.
And you're loaned here now, and you've already started flying. We're absolutely loving watching you. I mean, we were talking on the podcast, that performance against Bournemouth. You said Maidstone was great, but I think Bournemouth were just unbelievable. How did you feel? Because you seem to have slotted right into that team so quickly, and you seem to feel at home.
Yeah, look like you're really enjoying your football.
Yeah, I really am, and I was enjoying it last season, to be honest. But before that season, I was in and out of non-league, and even obviously, as I said before, I grew up in playing for Chelsea, so I always knew that kind of like a system where passing the ball, movement, the way that Worthing play. So that's why I've come in and straight in.
So when you heard Eggy wanted you again for loan, did it take long for you to say yes, or was it pretty?
I already knew that if I was to come down to this league, it would be Worthing. That it has to be, but Worthing, because I already heard about how Worthing plays. So yeah, I already knew.
And have you felt you've settled in quite nicely, like on a personal level with the guys on the team and everything like that?
Yeah, the lads are great. They made me feel very welcome when I came in, and
I mean, we saw it when you scored that winner against Boreham Wood. Like they were sort of pushing you towards the fans at the end, and you were loving it like that. You came over to the fans in the old Bigsy stand, and it was great to see. I mean, that goal, it was just like no one could stop you. I mean, would you say it's up there with one of your most favourite goals you scored? I mean, I'm sure you scored some we saw you out training blasting back in the net right now, but the sort of what that meant, and so early into your career at Worthing, that must have been quite a special goal to do.
Yeah, 100%. It was a special goal. Yeah. Throughout the game, I was getting the ball wide a lot, and then I noticed maybe if I come inside, get the ball, just try to do it myself, maybe it'll get the team.
And it was a bloody good goal.
Yeah. Well, as fans, we love to see that.
Yeah, I felt like that to me felt like playoffs last year, like the excitement, like to beat Boreham Wood like that. Obviously you weren't here for the playoffs last year, but like for example when Ollie Pearce scored the winner to send us to the final, I felt the celebrations up there because of who Boreham Wood are, and to do the double over them, and we're against the Kosh for a bit of the game, and to get those points, I thought that was
there's something really special about playing under the lights at Woodside as well.
Tuesday night under the lights here, you can't beat it. I think it's special. It's I keep telling
it's different.
It's different. It's just
different,
for us fans. It's amazing, and especially when you play Boreham Wood and we win, it's even better.
It is. No, that was a good night.
Yeah, I felt already. Yeah.
You said that beaming smile on your face at the end, and there's some great photos taken of you.
So how did it feel for you to play at Woodside Road with the fans and
the atmosphere?
How does it make you feel?
It's a brilliant atmosphere that I feel like when I'm on the pitch, and especially as soon as I came in, the fans showed me love, and I appreciate it, honestly, and it helps the team as well, and it helps me personally.
Yeah. Build yourself, build your confidence, build your game. Yeah. Well, it's been great. I think you've been a wicked addition so far.
We're all behind you,
and just don't do too well, because I don't want Maidenhead to call you back and say we want you back. Please just stay for us at the end of the season. At least.
Is your loan till the end of the season, or
yeah?
Okay, and then next year.
Oh, it's not, he hasn't got to summer yet, mate. Come on, let him get to summer and lift the trophy, man. Let him lift the Worthing promotion trophy. That's it. We always ask, I don't know if any of the other lads have said, we always ask an interesting fact about yourself when we have a new player on the podcast. Putting you on the spot, because I see your face has just dropped right now. Tell us an interesting fact about yourself, mate. It can be anything. Doesn't have to be football related, personal, anything. Doesn't have to be clean.
Just one.
Yeah. Oh, you got more than one. What if you got more than one? There you go.
We never heard that one.
How long have you got?
I'll do a full one.
Okay, mate.
Both footed.
You are?
Both footed.
Oh, you're both footed?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's the way you can play on both wings. You can go in and out, yeah. Have you always been like that, or sort of you do sort of try it in, yeah?
Well, from young, I've always trained with my dad, out of wherever I am, whatever club I am.
Yeah.
And I've always worked on small little things like that 1%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's helped me a lot.
So we're going to see goals from both feet this season, hopefully, yeah. And that's it, mate. Well, welcome to Woodside. Thank you for coming on the Way World podcast. Get home safely, mate, and good luck for the rest of the season. And we do hope you're wearing that medal at the end, because it'll be a nice little end to the story. We'll be. There you go. I like that.
That's what I like to hear.
Cheers, Ruben. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Ruben. Thank you.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Ruben Carvalho, when we signed him, it came out of nowhere, didn't it? And he played unreal against Boreham Wood. Unbelievable performance. I think that was one of the key highlights of the game.
Cracking game at Maidstone.
He did. But I think Boreham Wood really highlighted him and sort of said, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I want to be part of this team. I've come on loan. I want to.
He's exciting. I think he plays with no fear. And it's an end product as well, which is good to see.
And if they put him and Wheeler on each wing, I think that'd be a very exciting thing.
Yeah. The thing I like best about him is who plays on the front foot. He's always looking at getting forwards or moving the ball forwards. He moves the game and the play in the right direction.
I'm quite excited to see Liam Nash, because as we said, on Hornchurch's social media, a lot of people were really peed off that he's left, and there were some really sort of snidey comments from the manager. Going to get another Dagenham and Redbridge reject in and stuff like that, and to replace him. And he's been on the bench a lot of the season, so he's obviously ready to go.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because the chairman from Hornchurch wrote something on social media. He actually wrote quite a long bit about thanking Liam and what he meant to the club, but also there was a line in there saying he was approached by National League South club fighting for promotion and the potential of full-time football. So that's quite interesting.
Did Dorking come in for him?
Wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's quite interesting because if you process of elimination, fighting promotion, you go for all the clubs. Who's full-time, who isn't. I always thought Maidstone was full-time, but they're not, apparently. They're hybrid. They're only training 3 days a week.
That would be the next step for us, though. I think it'll be like go from full part-time, hybrid, and full. Or I wonder if he'll take the big jump straight away.
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it?
You've sometimes got to wish, what you wish for, because it doesn't always work out well.
No, and we beat full-time teams, but I think when we go up to National League, I think we need to be at least minimum hybrid.
Essential.
Yeah, minimum.
And then full-time, and then it all comes down to money in the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, all good. We'll see Liam. I'm sure he'll be at the Bowery. He'll start or he'll play this weekend. I'm sure he'll play or come on at least, but whether he'll start, I don't know. We'll wait and see what Aggie does. Next up in the hot seat for new signings, February. Not even really work, doesn't it? New signings, February flutter.
He's going down some sort of...
I don't know where he's going with this, man.
Anyway, let's speak to Megan Curran.
This is the Rebel Yell Podcast.
Megan Curran, welcome to the Rebel Yell Podcast and welcome to Worthing Football Club. How are you doing, firstly?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. We're all right, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope everyone's looking after you.
We are. So, you started, you scored. Not a bad start to your first appearance at the club. So, tell us how the move came about.
Obviously signed for Lewes at the start of the season. Knew it was going to be tough to get in and start, but I thought I wanted the challenge just this year and get to know train in a good environment, stuff like that. But the more it went on, I just thought my mental health was going a bit down, and I knew the girls and the coach here, JC. I thought it'd be a good fit, and I could hopefully fit in well and get on with the girls and continue to develop my career.
And living up to expectations so far?
I don't know. I scored, but
well, you scored. That's a good start, I think. That's a good start to the club. So tell us about your history. So you obviously played for Lewes. Where did you start your footballing career?
So I started at Brighton.
Yep.
Before that I was at a grassroots boys team. So I played from 4 till 9 with boys. It was really good, enjoyed it. And then got picked up for Brighton at under 11. So was there from 10 till 18. And then went to Haywards Heath, Women's, and then Lewes. Now here.
Yeah. So you've also represented Wales, haven't you?
Yes.
So where did that all happen? You haven't got very Welsh accent, have you?
No, I don't. So my mum's mum, my nan's Welsh. And then at Brighton, they were kind of sending emails out saying, if you're Welsh, come for a trial. So we thought, why not? So me and my dad travelled down, up, and then sideways. And
everything's north here, really, isn't
exactly,
it?
Yeah. I was about 14, 13, and so then trialled, got in, and then they you can get dropped at any time, but got consistently invited to camps and stuff, and was with Wales from under 15s to under 19s.
That must have been absolutely amazing at 14.
Yeah, unreal. It's hard though, because obviously all the girls there know each other and they all play for the same clubs. But it was just a surreal experience kind of thing, very different to club football, and I just was really enjoying it.
So, what's your sort of goals now here at Worthing? Obviously, you want promotion, want a bit of silverware, but you said just before we came on the air that there's there's no under 21s for Wales, so I guess that's a goal. So, what's the sort of goals in your own career now?
So apart of with football, I'm doing my degree, so get my degree, and then...
And what's that in?
Psychology.
Okay.
And then with football, I just want to hopefully break into the Wales first team, take Worthing up in the next 2 years, hopefully this season, but if not, next year into Tier 3 and then keep pushing.
Yeah.
So have you already psychologically profiled James here?
What, Larry, bright colours, gobshite. Yeah, there you go. No, she hadn't heard. Well, she probably heard us on the terrace on Sunday, didn't she? Actually, to be fair. And we always leave you with the last thing, an interesting fact about yourself. Like to put you on the spot. It can be anything, clean, dirty, weird,
football related, not football related.
Anything. Yeah.
I grew up in Nigeria and Egypt.
Oh, okay.
I started primary school.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
So, what was that? Was your parents' line of work and
Yeah,
stuff
so
like
my
that?
parents worked abroad, and then we moved over there. It was very good.
Fantastic.
Sure it was.
There we go. That's a good fact. That's a good one. We had a good one. We haven't had a good. Well, we had interesting ones, but they haven't been as good as that. I think that is interesting.
Yeah.
Megan, good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank
you
you
for stopping by, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, good luck, Megan.
Take care.
This is the Rebel Yell podcast.
Great to hear from another new sign for the women's team. And Josie speaks very highly of her, and she speaks well on camera. On camera, we're not being filmed yet. We're not filmed yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, it'll be next season. I think he says. No thanks. Face the radio for a reason, haven't we? Welsh international. Represented. She hoping to break into the Welsh first team. It's weird they don't have an under 21s, isn't it? It's a bit of a strange thing. Go to stop at 19s and then women's first team.
I'm guessing it's based on numbers.
I guess, yeah.
Numbers, money.
I guess.
Money again.
Yeah.
Here we go. I went to Chippenham away. Spencer Services. Say Spencer Services. Who? Spencer Services. Say Spencer Services. Spencer Services. Say Spencer Services.
James.
Spencer Services. Say Spencer Services.
With
featuring James.
Can I just say before you start, we must have had 5 or 6 text messages from you from, what do you think of this? What do you think of this station? What do you think of this service station? Every 20 minutes we got a message.
So what were the ones I said? The ones we've been to before at the beginning of the season, it was, what ones have we been to on the first couple of away games? There was Sutton Scotney I went past.
We did Sutton Scotney.
That was our really pissed up one, wasn't it? Chieveley, and that was it.
That's the same.
But where's
trip.
the one I went to get my sort of hangover breakfast, Mackey's? Where was the one he said it's really good on the way back?
Tot Hill.
Tot Hill Services. And what do you think about that?
That's my regular stop on my work trips to Cardiff.
And why is it such a good service station, Spencer?
That's nice and convenient. Nice sort of halfway point. Good food, good service.
Is that the only reason?
Nice and clean.
It was good.
James sent me a photo on
of
WhatsApp.
Boy, that's what you want to know.
Of him sat in said McDonald's, and he asked me the question, "Where do you think I am?" Probably expecting me to reply back, "Oh, you're at Tot Hill McDonald's." I was like, "No, you're at." Reply back, "You're at Tot Hill McDonald's, second seat to the left of the front door." And where you sat, James?
Yeah, exact seat. Literally, that exact seat.
That's knowledge.
That exact seat. I guess that's Spencer's hot seat in that McDonald's. So, guys and girls, you want to sit where Spencer's bum has sat? Sit in that window seat right there as you come in a couple of rows.
Give it a few more years, a little blue plaque.
There you go. But I thought, you've got a feature, Yakko. Spencer's got a feature, and I haven't got a feature. So, if you follow me on social media, I don't think you got me on there, but I did a thing. It's like... Weatherspoons carpets, Weatherspoons carpets, Weatherspoons carpets, Weatherspoons carpets.
He's pulled the rug from under our feet with that one.
Right, I mean, you can't talk because you have a book on Weatherspoons carpets.
See, you're getting excited about Weatherspoons carpets. You didn't even know about this until about 2 weeks ago.
I did, sort of, but then I saw that book and then we got into a talking point. It was when that Saturday game was postponed, we had a Spencer session down Spoons. Everything's double S, isn't it? Spencer session. I don't know. It was one of those that I since talking about it, every Spoons I've been into, I have to look at the carpet and I'm going to document it. I think it's really exciting. We won't go to Slough though, because apparently it's a right hole and it's quite far from the ground. So
go and just look at the carpet.
Yeah, but if we get the minibus there, I don't know if we have time. I'd rather have a Rebel Ale because the Rebel Ales are quite good, aren't they? I remember that. Do you remember the Rebel Ale there? Yeah. Is it Rebel Ale and Rebel Lager? I think.
Yeah, Rebel. Yep.
And they were quite good. I really enjoyed them. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Slough. But, yeah, and you might go to service. Are we going to get a service station? Cobham?
Good carpet in there.
Good carpet, mate.
Chippenham.
Yeah. Very stroke the furry wall. Yeah. 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 We'll have to go to More Spoons and get those carpets and get the pictures and put them on our social. It could be a new fit. It could be a new book for you, couldn't it, mate?
This has been done. This has been done before, by the way, because
it's not been done on a podcast, has it?
But James, can I tell you something about how podcasts work? We talk, people listen. They can't see us.
Well, they can tune. It makes them tune into our social media.
A visual image doesn't work on an audio
but
podcast.
Just look at our podcast Instagram account. You can see the latest Weatherspoon carpet.
Hi, Lynn.
Does that not work?
No.
Why not? I think it's a wicked feature, and I think we'll write part 2 of the book. We'll have a new edition at Christmas. It'll be Spencer Services, James's Carpets, and Jack Eats.
I feel like we need audio description.
You can do that. You're signing and everything like that.
I can feel a T-shirt coming on.
Little T-shirt coming on. Well, I did do that. I was bored one day on standby at work, and I've got a catalogue of Spencer Services T-shirts designed to the logos of Moto, Extra. What's the other one? Welcome Break.
He's now going to spend 5 minutes just listing.
If anyone's actually, we have announced a new St Barnabas charity partnership, haven't we?
Yeah,
so we need to find
a
merchandise thing. So why not give them a cut of a T-shirt from Spencer Services, like limited edition T-shirts?
We're not going to sell those shirts. Trust me.
We will sell the shirts. I promise you. Yeah,
no,
girls are going to buy them, aren't you? Yeah. There you go. We've got 5 people buying our shirts right now, at least minimum.
No, I don't think it will work.
By the way, our T-shirts are still available.
Yeah, they are. Just if you want them before we put them in the bonfire or something like that, you can buy them, like literally. But yeah, St Barnabas just got to dot the I's, cross the T's, and they're going to be our official charity. So when you travel with WFCSA, you'll be giving them a little percentage of your booking fee. Well, the booking fee goes towards them, which is great to see, and they get support a fantastic local charity.
We're really looking forward to working with them. Really close to home.
I think we've merchandised you all out for a little while, but keep an eye, because something I'm sure will come to our ideas and Spencer soon. It might be Spencer Services T-shirts,
or not.
I'd buy them. We did street waffling. No one wanted them. No one's asked for one. So
yeah, but they're special.
They're our special limited edition, sold out, never going to happen again. Half price WFCSA membership at the moment. Do go online.
Actually, a few people signed up.
WorthingFCSA.co.uk. There are people signed up.
Yeah, we are getting signings.
So thank you for your support. We've sold out another minibus to Tunbridge this weekend, so thank you for doing that, and we really appreciate you supporting. Like, as you know, as the season goes on, more and more people hopefully want to come see the business end. You know, if the demand is there, we will look at bigger coaches and buses, but at the moment it is selling out that minibus, and we appreciate your support for that.
Not too many away games left now.
No,
there's not really,
really,
is there? No. And I don't want to do playoffs. I can't. Horrible.
I'll talk about it today. I just want to go up with it and go up because playoffs now.
Well, we have said every year we've done one better. I mean, I'd rather it not one better via the playoff, one better. I mean, that'd be amazing, but I'd rather one better actually finish that top spot.
So do I.
Yeah, there's no point. We're only in February. We've got a while to go. I mean, we haven't got a while to go. It's crazy to think, by the next time we record, beginning of March, end of Feb, we only have like 6 weeks left of the season. Regular game of the season.
10 weeks or something we've got left.
Something crazy, isn't it? And you think we're here in February, freezing our Unos off, and it's it'll probably still be doing that until April anyway, won't it? So. But it'd be interesting to see if DAZN come down to any live games, because I know obviously TNT used to do the odd game on South and North games towards the end of the season. It'd be interesting if DAZN do a live broadcast.
I think it's very focused on National League this year, isn't it? And I think it's a bit of a shame though, because like I said before, it's so tight. It's so, you know.
Oh, look at that table, man.
Look at the table. You know, it's nothing is guaranteed yet.
I think I saw a tweet or something on social media, and it was someone saying how crazy it is. Like, this is the most exciting league in football at the moment in terms of, like, you know, closest to the table and everything like that. You know,
I think is it somewhere in Germany, the second Bundesliga, it's very close as well. Somebody mentioned that.
Yeah, who needs professional football?
We don't need it.
Are you back again? Yeah, the camera.
The camera. What camera?
What camera? Microphone. Like, what do you know that we don't?
Yeah.
And she doesn't know the number 2.
And you don't know the padlock either. You just want to come join the podcast at a train, don't you? Yeah, whatever. Tierney, are you drinking alcohol before training? Are you warming up by drinking a whiskey? Yeah. Don't be silly. This is a posh lounge. It's only champagne and prosecco in here, isn't it? You know. There you go. hope the microphone didn't pick it up. Right, I think it's time to end the podcast. I'm looking forward to this month coming up. A couple of away days, hopefully some more wins and everything like that will be fantastic. And we can still ride that journey. That is an exciting journey of supporting Worthing Football Club, isn't it?
I hope so. I said the other day, I'm happy to win every game 1-0 now.
Yeah,
that means
it's just about points.
We win it.
Just points.
Get points on the board.
But then,
it could be the worst games, the worst performances. 1-0.
As Aggie's always said, though, these are the games we don't care about the big clubs because we'll beat the big clubs and play well. It's the small clubs that we need to get the points against. Sorry, I'm not being rude. Small clubs, lower in the table clubs.
Yeah.
So that's not fair on clubs. But I mean, you can say we are a big shot in Worthing. Worthing are a big name in the National League South now. No matter what their sort of like status is as a full-time or part-time club, they are a big team. And I think anyone that comes here and gets a point or a result are actually going to be they're actually going to be happy with that.
It was interesting because I was listening to Talk Sport today, and they talked about they had someone from Dorking on because something happened in commentary the other day. They got a ball against the laptop or something.
Yeah, the laptop got smashed up, so they couldn't do the commentary.
Yeah, they had to give the commentary, but they were talking about the league and Worthing. Was mentioned, and they said they play some really nice football, the best footballing team in the league.
Sexy football.
Sexy Worthing. And yeah, look forward to month. Do contact us on our socials at Rebel Yell WFCSA. Again, once again, a shout out to Pete. We hope you feel better soon, mate, and
Love
get
you,
behind
Pete.
the microphone. And anything you need, let us know. And I'm sure everyone that's listening to this podcast and everyone around the club is wishing the very best for you, mate. So get better. And we look forward to seeing you back behind a microphone very soon. And just another shout out for our sponsors, MK Window Cleaning, Price Jones Electrical. Thank you for your continued support. Gentlemen, we'll continue the month. We'll see you next time. Or on the terraces.
On the terraces.
Goodbye.
Adios, amigos.
Goodbye.